So for input suppliers, it's really critically important to be able to quantify the efficacy of their product to an overall grower returns and be able to target inputs for specific localized environments. The challenge here, and I'm talking largely about crop protection suppliers, crop nutrition suppliers, biologicals. The challenge for those companies is often demonstrating that their input performed better than another input, given the myriad of variables always at work and in any field. So the challenge here is really to try to isolate and quantify the performance of an input subject to whatever treatment may be applied. So what the solution involved here is really looking at the time-based response of plant development in response to those inputs. So in the next slide, what we see is a similar layout here. This happens to be a crop protection trial on corn. This is a bit later in the vegetative stages in corn. It's a managed stress environment where stress is introduced and then a treatment is applied to see how the plants respond to that stress. The heat map at center is what we consider plant stress. You can consider that kind of a 4-band NDVI. It's a bit more sensitive to plant stress than NDVI is. Green is relatively healthy. Red is more stressed plants. At the bottom left, again, you have a histogram of all the plots across the trial. And at right, you have a high resolution image of the location. But what's different in this example is the line plot you see at the center at bottom, which is a time series of 2 different variables. I think this is vegetation fraction or canopy closure along with vegetation stress. And what we're showing is how an individual plot is responding to treatment over time. So what's really different here is the ability for the input supplier now to quantify and provide evidence of the efficacy of their input, as the crop is responding in real time. And this is really all enabled by sunlight calibrated narrowband spectral imaging techniques.